Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another reading. This reading is going to be on Nicki Minaj and the Grammys. And then also I want to see how JT and Cardi B really feel about each other because according to Jason Lee, they had a conversation behind the scenes and now they are cool after their Twitter spat where they were going back and forth, okay? So let's see what's going on with JT and Cardi B really quickly. How does JT really feel about Cardi B? JT from the City Girls. How does she really feel about Cardi B? JT. JT from the City Girls. How does she really feel about Cardi B? Okay, so they are having challenges in their relationship. The Seven of Wands, this talks about challenges, feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so that's what the Seven of Wands represents. And then we also have the Justice card. This talks about legal situations. So the situation with QC and the Migos has definitely affected their relationship because QC rocks with the City Girls, but QC don't rock with Off the Cheat, okay, which is Cardi B's husband. Legal situations have definitely gotten in the way of JT and Cardi's relationship. It's not just because JT did not congratulate Cardi for going top 10 for a week, okay? And then we also have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This talks about bad karma in reverse. So she feels like Cardi B is getting her karma or will be getting her karma in the future, okay? So, JT feels like the tables are slowly turning on Cardi B, how she was like that it girl in rap. She's not going to be that it girl anymore. The Strength card is here in reverse. It talks about a lack of wisdom. So she doesn't feel like Cardi B has wisdom. She doesn't make the right decisions. So there's definitely, even though they spoke over the phone, JT still don't fully rock with Cardi B. Okay? And it stems from the whole situation between the Migos and QC. That's when they started to really drift apart. I think Cardi B tried to blame it on her not being supportive with the Glorilla feature and not congratulating her and, being a lapdog, but they were having issues prior to that. How does Cardi B feel about JT? How does Cardi B feel about JT? Cardi B and JT. How does Cardi B feel about JT? Cardi B, how does she truly feel about JT? Yeah, so they're definitely not on the best of terms. The Tower moment is here. The Tower card represents a change and switch happening within their relationship. And then the Justice card is here in reverse. And this talks about lack of accountability. So she feels like JT doesn't take responsibility for her actions. Okay? And then we also have the Three of Wands here in reverse. It talks about a lack of direction. We have, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This talks about the dark side of wealth. So she feels like JT could possibly get a push in the future. She feels like JT is definitely going to go solo. Okay, so she feels like JT, she might be one of the next girls coming up in rap. And then we also have the strength card here in reverse. And that talks about, you know, a lack of wisdom. She also doesn't feel like JT is very wise. Okay, so they're definitely not on the best of terms when it comes to their relationship, even though Jason Lee said that they made up. Does Cardi B talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? Cardi B, does she talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? Because she was mentioning being a lapdog and, you know, I think that was a shot at JT for being cool with Nicki Minaj. So let's see. Does Cardi B talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? Cardi B, does she talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? Cardi B, does she talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? Cardi B, does she talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? Cardi B, does she talk about Nicki Minaj to JT? I kind of feel like they have like indirectly disclosed some information. The Six of Pentacles is here. This talks about sharing information. Okay, this is why Nicki got to be careful about what she says to these rap girls, because they might be recording her or repeating what she says to other people. Okay, like Lotto record her. If you guys remember, Lottery Ticket mentioned how Nicki said that the girls weren't flourishing, and then Santana said that on Carisha Please, how he wants the girls and the gays to flourish. So she got to be very careful when she's talking to these rap girlies, because they're sharing information with each other. Okay, they're watching Nicki. The 10 of Swords, this talks about moving strategically. Okay, so she may not just call JT and say, oh, what did Nicki say today? But, you know, it's the way she words things. Information just comes out, okay? You know, you talk to somebody long enough and they start spilling tea about themselves and other people. The Four of Pentacles is here. This talks about bad investment, greed, okay? The Empress card talks about codependency. We have the Magician card here in reverse. It talks about manipulation tactics being used, okay? We also have the Moon card. This talks about secrets will be revealed, okay? So in the future, things may be revealed about JT, okay, in regards to Nicki Minaj. And like I said, I don't really trust JT like that, okay? Because a lot of these girls, they cool with Nicki, but when they don't get what they want, then they start switching sides, okay? And I just want to see quickly, how does Megan feel about JT? Just quickly. Megan Thee Stallion, how does she feel about JT? Megan Thee Stallion, how does she feel about JT? Megan Thee Stallion, how does she feel about JT? Yeah, she's not happy with JT at all. The Three of Pentacles, it talks about disharmony. She's upset because JT did not do that collaboration on Traumazine. She is upset at JT. The Ace of Wands, this talks about, in reverse, lack of direction, delays, distractions. And then we also have the Six of Swords in reverse, and this talks about baggage. Okay, so she is not happy with JT. Kind of feels like JT betrayed her. Okay. Well, we're going to move on from that, because I don't want to make this video too long. Nicki Minaj and the Grammys. How does the Grammy voting committee feel about Nicki Minaj? The Grammy voting committee. How do they feel about Nicki Minaj? How does the Grammy voting committee feel about Nicki Minaj? The Grammy voting committee, how do they feel about Nicki Minaj? I'm being honest with you. The devil card is here. There's talks about sacrifice. There's talks about Nicki. They want Nicki Minaj. They want something from Nicki. If she want that Grammy, they want her to do more rituals, more symbolisms, okay? They want something from Nicki Minaj if she really wants that Grammy. They don't want to just give it to her because they feel like she wants it really badly. If she gets the Grammy, people can no longer make fun of her for not having one. And they feel like she really wants one. She wants that cosign. So they want something from Nicki Minaj, okay? And then the Eight of Cups in reverse, this talks about trying one more time, giving her a second chance. Because for years, she wasn't really going to the Grammys. I think since like 2016. So they feel like we're giving you a second chance. This talks about trying one more time in reverse. And then we also have the Ten of Swords in reverse. This talks about moving strategically. Okay. So they are using Nicki for views. The Ten of Swords in reverse, it talks about moving strategically, doing things underhandedly. They know that she goes to the Grammys. Everybody's going to be tuning in because everybody wants to see if she actually wins one. You know, even the haters will be tuning in. And then the Two of Swords is here in reverse. It talks about indecision. So just because she going to the Grammys, that doesn't guarantee that she will win. But we will find out towards the end of the video. Let's see. How does Nicki Minaj feel about the Grammy committee? Nicki Minaj. How does Nicki Minaj feel about the Grammy committee? Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. How does she feel about the Grammy committee? Wow. Okay, so it does hurt her, the Nine of Swords, that she doesn't really have a Grammy and they keep treating her this way. This talks about sadness. This talks about anxiety. This talks about fear. It does hurt her feelings the way that they treat her. The High Priestess is here in reverse. This talks about a disconnection. Then we have the Judgment card here in reverse. It talks about ignoring the call, avoidance. You know, she feels like she's been avoiding the Grammys for years, you know, because even when she was putting out music, sometimes she wouldn't submit her music because she felt like, you know, they weren't going to really nominate her. She wasn't even nominated during the Queen era and she submitted music. So she really hasn't submitted music in a long time. So she feels like they don't always do right by her and it kind of hurts her feelings. So let's see. In 2023, will Nicki Minaj win a Grammy? 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 2023. Will Nicki Minaj win a Grammy? I feel like they're going to try to play in her face. There is energy of her winning for a collaboration. So that could be for Do We Have a Problem or Blick Blick. The Three of Pentacles is here, so that talks about collaboration. But it does feel like they're going to be very sneaky. You know, like the odds of her winning for Blick Blick, which wasn't really successful, versus Super Freaky Girl and Do We Have a Problem, they would, you know, they're going to try to play in her face. So the Ten of Swords, it talks about betrayal. So there's a very slim chance that she can win. The Ten of Swords represents that. The Nine of Swords is here again, sadness. And then we also have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This talks about being bitter. Okay, so they're not changing their stance on Super Freaky Girl, but there is a slim chance that she can win for a collaboration. They are going to use her for views, though. They definitely are going to use her for views. I think she will win one. She might get nominated for like 8, but her winning, there's a very slim chance. They do not want her to win. So they're going to have her win for a collaboration versus her solo song, which is Super Freaky Girl. It's like she can win for like Blick Blick. And Do We Have a Problem? I don't think We Go Up was nominated. So that's what their plans are. So it's between those 2 songs. They really don't want her to win, but they know how much the internet will be in an uproar if she don't. Okay, so they're like, which one should we get? Should we let her win for Blake Blake and have her go up and accept the award with Coi Leray? You know, trying to be petty and knowing that her and Coi don't really mess with each other. So, I mean, it's just the politics in the game. And they also want her to do her symbolisms. And if you guys remember, you know, she did her symbolisms in 2012 with that little performance. And that did not go well. And she talked about that on Queen Radio, how they wanted her to not perform last minute, but she did anyway, because, you know, she had no choice. So they're going to want something from her. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing day.